the world's most dangerous fantasy football podcast.
Chef and the professor. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Let's have a drink and let's talk through it. Hey. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Fantasy. We going over player props and ADP. Waiver wire, all the things you need. We got the fire. Fire, highly disputed. We in the studio, just pour a drink. We getting loose and now we in sync.
What is up? Highly disputed. Week 4 NFL. I am the Sauce Chef. This is Professor J, the Professor of Dynasty. How you doing?
Good, brother. How you doing? What's happening?
I'm excellent. It's beautiful Friday night.
Beautiful
Ready
Friday
to talk
night.
ball. Week 4, don't lie.
You know, Friday's a great night. It's like college football in the morning and then NFL on Sunday. The week's done, you know, for most people that have the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, but it's a blue collar podcast. It's a great Friday. I'm excited.
Yeah. We got to do a college football episode soon. Indiana making some noise. A couple quarterbacks rising, but today we're doing week 4 matchups. We're going to do money line. We're going to make sure you're in good position if you haven't been really paying attention all week and you need to get your lineup set and ready to go for Sunday.
WYW, baby. Win your week.
Yep. Win your week. And, you know, those just accumulate and then you go win your league.
Exactly. Just like you guys stack them. Just like actual football. You guys stack your weeks just like they stack their days.
Exactly. All right. So before we talk about the Thursday night game, let's do a couple quick hitters heading into the weekend. Jaden Daniels out for a second week. I believe when we talked about this, you said it would probably be a 2-week injury. Are you concerned about this at all?
No.
Do you think he's right on schedule?
Right on schedule. He says he's fine. The doctors are ruling him out. It's precautionary. Very similar injury that Jordan Love had at the beginning of last year. He missed 2 weeks. Marcus Mariota is plug and play. They'll likely win this week, so they don't really need him. Don't need to rush him back. He's a mobile quarterback. Jordan Love wasn't. Wouldn't be surprised if they even aim to keep him out for 3 weeks because he does a lot more cutting, right? Jordan Love's more of, stationary, kind of sits back there and slings it. Go get Marcus Mariota if he's on the waivers. Do not overpay for him. If another manager sees that you have Jaden Daniels and tries to sell you Marcus Mariota for a premium, like a 3rd or 2nd round pick, so don't take the bait. It's a very short-term injury. Really shouldn't have any long-term effects. I've seen quarterbacks play through the kind of sprained knee, PCL-ish type of injury. So yeah, I'm not concerned.
I'm in a redraft league where I have Daniels, and I picked him up. I picked up Mariota, but in Dynasty, he might be rostered just because, especially we have deeper benches and a super flex league, people like to grab backups. I wouldn't overpay for him, but if you're really in a pinch and you're competitive, send some fab money, send a 4th rounder. If it's the difference between you winning your week,
yeah,
and there's nothing on waivers, it's like I don't mind losing a 4th rounder to get a W this week. And whoever's sitting on Marcus Mariota, that's a roster clogger. If they're rostering Mariota but don't own Daniels, they're doing it as trade bait. So don't overpay, but if a 2027 4th can help you win your week this week, go do it. Chris Godwin looks like he's going to play. He practiced fully. I roster him in a couple leagues. I'm not starting him this week. I think he'll be on a snap count. They're going to ease him back in. I want to see how he looks before I'm putting him in my starting lineup. I love the guy. I'm happy he's back, but let's give him a week before we start him. Xavier Worthy, he's going to be coming back this week for the Chiefs. And they're playing the Ravens, and so they need them. I think that will open up their offense hopefully a little more because their offense has been anemic. And it's crazy that both these teams, both the Chiefs and the Ravens, only have 1 win. Good to see him back. Bill for the Commanders, he was questionable all week, but looks like he's going to suit up. I'm not sure if this is a load management thing. You know, for all the hype Bill's got in, he really hasn't produced.
The Bill train is slowing down.
It's slowing down. I think people celebrated a little early there on that. It's definitely it's a full blown committee in Washington.
If you have Bill and do you think you can pull this off, you go send Bill and try to go get Cam Scatterboo.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Absolutely.
Today.
Yeah.
When you're watching this, you go try to make that deal happen.
I would try to, if I'm a Bill owner, I am trying to sell while he still has hype value because it's rapidly declining. And you know,
we talked about it. The best running back for all the hype he got, the best running player is Jaden Daniels. So even though he's a great quarterback and great from the pocket and he can throw the ball, right? This is not a knock on him. He's just elite at two things. So he's going to snipe some TDs. Marcus Mariota, who also is an elite rushing quarterback, sniped a TD last week against the Bills. So it's like he's kind of, the ceiling is kind of more limited than we thought. To your point, it's kind of more of a timeshare. I kind of see, at least for the year, his outlook looks a lot more like Zach Charbonnet-ish. Like it might be a while or might not be on this team that he gets to unleash his full capacity. I will try to go get Cam Scatterboo because clearly with the injury to Tyrone Tracy, that's his backfield. See if you can do it straight up. You might need to add a fourth or a third, but see if you can do it straight up.
Look at the draft capital. Bill is a late round pick. You know, running backs are very replaceable in today's game. Jeremy McNichols, he knows the system there. Chris Rodriguez knows the system there. McNichols is getting the goal line and third down. And then the 1 and 2 is getting split between Rodriguez and Bill. If I owned him in Dynasty, I'm trying to trade him while there is still hype around his name.
Yeah, but you want to go try to trade him for essentially a more insulated asset, meaning that you might not be able to get the pick that you want. You might not. Maybe you can get a veteran, right? Again, win your week, but Cam Scatterboo not only will win your week, but he's a more insulated asset, meaning that when Tyrone Tracy comes back healthy, he's likely not going to get his job back. Like if Bill got injured, God forbid, he's not guaranteed to even get the same work share he has right now when he comes back. He's a more volatile player, or his opportunity is more volatile. Look at it as like an opportunity share, right? Cam Scatterboo's opportunity is entrenched. Bill's is not. So you want to go find a player that ideally is young and ascending, but has an entrenched role or opportunity.
But if I'm a Scatterboo owner, I'm not doing that straight up.
It depends because Bill still has that hype. Like, here's what I actually would do. I'd wait till Sunday and wait for Bill to have like a big game, but I'm still going to get Cam Scatterboo. But Bill's not going to get like 10 targets in a game, but Cam could, right? He's Mr. Dump Off. He's Mr. Everything.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah, he's carrying that offense, especially with Dart making his first
exactly.
start.
You got a young quarterback. He's going to dump it off.
I would say you're going to have to do Bill plus something to go get Scatterboo. And for people paying attention, if you own Cam Scatterboo, I'm not really selling until he's just scratching the surface of his potential. Anyways, let's keep rolling through injuries really quick. Jaylen Warren for the Steelers, late addition to the injury report. Doesn't look like he's going to suit up for the Dublin game. So Kenneth Gainwell is going to get the start. And this will be prove it time for Caleb Johnson. So we'll see. We'll see where he's at. I've been kind of low on him, but this
Caleb
is his
Johnson. He does not look like he's gonna prove it this season. He's already in the doghouse. I don't see it. But real quick, who are you taking right now? Bashal Tutin or Cam Scatterboo? Would you send Bashal Tutin for Cam Scatterboo over Bashal Tutin?
Yeah.
So if you're a Bashal Tutin manager, and you want Cam Scatterboo, that's kind of what you got to do. I think that straight up gets it done. Because
no, I'm saying if somebody offered me Tudin and I own Scatterboo, it's still not enough for me.
I know, for you, but you're higher on him. I think that would be enough for most people, though. But that's the range, right? So that's good to know.
Yeah, and then Terry McLaurin's going to be out for the Commanders as well. We talked about Luke McCaffrey on the waiver show. Noah Brown's also out. So Commanders thin at wide receiver. McCaffrey and Mariota have a little chemistry playing on the second team in practice. We'll see if that keeps turning over. And then McMillan for the Panthers, late addition to the injury report. And so was Bubba Hubbard. We'll see. Carolina's a little banged up. some of their studs. I'm still probably going to roll with, I think Hubbard's going to play. I think there's a good chance Tet doesn't play. Xavier Leggett's already ruled out. That's going to be a big blow to whatever passing offense they have, which is not much. All right, let's talk about the game last night. Hawks, Cardinals in Phoenix. Rough start for the Cardinals. Rough start. Kyler threw a couple picks. Marvin Harrison and Kyler not on the same page.
Start the game, yeah.
To start the game, yeah. And then I actually bet on the Cardinals around halftime. I think they're plus 625. So I threw a couple bucks on that. And then they came back in the second half. Harrison had 2 huge catches, including a touchdown catch. And that was, it's nice to see. That was a big, when he caught that one in the end zone, he kind of took a minute because you could tell that was a weight off his shoulders. You got to be patient in Dynasty. That young man there's a lot of pressure and expectation on him. He's going to get it together.
I think he's figuring it out as we speak. But yeah, he has a ton of pressure on him. And like you said, you just got to be patient in Dynasty. You got to let these young people figure it out.
I talk about Emeka Egbuka a lot,
That's your boy.
That's my guy. But also an Ohio State player. He doesn't have the name that he's not Marvin Harrison's son, but he came to a Tampa Bay offense that already has Mike Evans. They already have, even though Chris Godwin's banged up. He's walking into a receiving room where nobody's expecting him to be. You know what I mean?
I do. And I followed that room for a long time. Obviously,
but the Cardinals, outside of their Terry McBride, it's like, who do they have at receiver?
Just those 2 guys.
Right. So he was basically expected to carry the wide receiver room as a rookie.
That's a good point. I will say that Emeka, and I followed the Ohio State wide receiver room for quite some time. Like, Emeka was there when like JSN was there, Marvin Harrison was there, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. Emeka Egbuka was the number 1 receiver recruit out of high school. So even though he went to Ohio State, I'm sure he thought he was going to have a much bigger role than he did. He was also there when, the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. Right now, their wide receiver that was crazy. Smith, exactly right. So he has learned to play with elite talent, and people call it "quote unquote" second fiddle. He just knows how to play with other very talented players and is very efficient. So I think that's part of it. Yes, the pressure aspect, but like Marv was featured. They really, outside of maybe one season, have never featured Emeka Egbuka because he played with JSN, he played with Garrett Wilson, he played with Chris Olave, played with Jameson Williams, played with Smith.
Right.
Played.
But he also has the most receptions in OSU history.
Well, because he stayed so long, so they could get to the league. But like,
but
he's getting looked over. But yeah, you're right about the pressure.
What I'm saying though, he walks into a room where there's established veterans. Marvin Harrison's walking into a room where there's Zay Jones, Greg Dortch, Michael Wilson. Like, these aren't guys that
nobody to show him the ropes.
Yeah. He's got some mental stuff going on. It was nice to see him bring that touchdown then. And then I thought the Cardinals should have just gone for 2 down there. But then they got an offsides on the kickoff. And then, Darnold just rips one to JSN. And they another Ohio State dog who's making a case for wide receiver 1 right now out in Seattle. And the Hawks win. I didn't think Darnold would repeat what he did for the Vikings on the Hawks, but he's showing something to me. Let's see if that translates to the playoffs, because that's been his thing. Props for Sam Darnold. I thought Trey Benson looked explosive. Very rarely did the first person get Trey Benson. He made the first guy miss multiple times. Like, he looked really good. And then Amari D caught touchdown late. He was definitely getting the receiving work. Trey Benson looks nice. And shout out to Elijah Arroyo and Torrey Horton staying involved for the Hawks. AJ Barner's still there, but I think it's just a matter of time before Arroyo goes and starts taking that dude's job. I mean, Barner's good and he's solid. I just think Arroyo is more explosive.
They drafted him in the second for a reason.
Yeah. Anything else from that game? The running back situation for the Hawks, it's pretty much a 50-50 split right now between Walker and Charbonnet. Sharp got a touchdown. I don't know if Walker scored. I think Walker got a couple more carries. He got 19 carries and Charbonnet got 12 carries. But in terms of snap count, it was about even. That's just gonna limit both their upside, I think. But Seattle just seems like a team that they're gonna rotate players. They're not interested in
Paying
they're not
people.
playing fantasy football. They're gonna be a pain in the ass. I don't have a big stake in anybody on Seattle's offense. The only dude who looks like he's gonna eat week in, week out is JSN, and he's legit.
He is legit. I think K9 could too.
Yeah.
A bit, in my opinion.
Yeah. He definitely looks like the more explosive back. Sharps has some vision though. Like he's got like a knack for angles and kind of making things happen. Seems like he catches the ball a little better too. I'm not sure. I think they're content with rolling both of those guys out there.
Probably,
just not great for fantasy football, but teams play to win. You play to win the game. All right. Anything else from Thursday?
Not really.
Richard Sherman throwing some shade at Russ.
Oh yeah,
uncalled for.
Were the points correct? Yeah. Did need to be said on national television?
Who's still playing ball?
Yeah, and dog, that's your teammate, dog.
I feel like he talks shit about every team he's been on.
About Russ and
No, but I mean every team that signed it. He was on the Bucks for a minute too.
Yeah,
he was awful when he was on the Bucks.
It's not a good look for the boy Sherm. I'm like, dog, you didn't need to do all that, bro.
I don't know how I feel about that Amazon crew.
Yeah, they do not complement each other well. First of all, there's too many. They're fighting over the mic. What's his face? The tackle from the Rams. They can get rid of that dude. He doesn't really add anything. Gonzalez is a bit of a diva, but he is goated at his positions. I guess that goes without saying. But I guess they have Sherm for defense. But they got and you gotta have a quarterback. But they got one person too many. Get rid of.
No, I mean they got Fitzpatrick, but
Fitzpatrick also doesn't really add much either. But him and I forgot his name, the left tackle for the Rams. They gotta do something.
Bloomworth or Bloomberg or
I don't even remember.
Whittenworth. I don't know. It's like that. Yeah, they just seem like they seem a little antiquated for today's game. Either get more recent dudes or I don't know. Amazon it's not a great dynamic. But we can move on.
It's the chemistry for sure, though. I agree that needs to be revisited.
Yeah. All right, week 4. Let's get into the good stuff. Let's do some of our picks. Week 4 money line. Kick it off with the early game in Dublin. Vikings Steelers. Steelers plus 120. I'm calling this. This is Sauce's upset number 1. I don't think Carson Wentz is going to beat Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin in Dublin. I don't think Carson Wentz is good. I don't think he's ever been that good. At plus 120, I'll take the Steelers. You got a problem with that?
No. The only thing about that game is Aaron Rodgers already kind of made it about himself and was complaining about basically that Tomlin had them there. I think they got there yesterday morning, local time, and he's like, "Why?" He's like, "Why didn't we come on Monday? I want to see the city."
You want to drink more Guinness,
but still, also for traveling, I mean, how long does it take you to adjust to when you go across the world? Probably a couple of days. I think they might come out a little sluggish actually, but I don't know when the other team got there. So.
Yeah, I don't know when the Vikings got there. I can see Rodgers just vibing and wanting to be like, I want to go get hammered after this game, so I want to win. I mean, this is like
He's playing Carson
totally
Wentz.
based on instinct. Yeah, but Carson Wentz is like, I'm gonna like FaceTime my family. Like, he's going straight back to the hotel.
Carson Wentz is also trash. Aaron Rodgers
Yeah,
is
he's
not.
trash.
He's trash. Even in the
Yeah.
KOC system, the trash always goes to the bottom at some point. It bottoms out, right?
Yeah,
It does. It
He's
might take
garbage.
longer for some people,
I think Rodgers is gonna embrace Ireland. I think that's a good fit. The Irish have a chip on their shoulder. Aaron Rodgers has a chip on his shoulder. I see that as an upset. My starts, I'm still rolling out. I think Jordan Mason is a smash start for the Vikings.
easily.
Is Jordan Addison coming back this week? I think he is. I think this is his first week back. Yeah, 3-game suspension. I don't have a ton of faith in the Vikings passing attack with Carson Wentz at the helm.
Why would
I
you?
think they're going to try to pound the rock on the Steelers. I haven't been watching a ton of tape on the Steelers, so I don't really have a great start for them.
I'd start if you need him. I'd start Aaron Rodgers. That's my start because Warren's banged up. DK hasn't been great, but I think he's gonna have a great game.
I know Calvin Austin's been hit or miss, but he could be a guy that's flex worthy. Outside of that, I don't see these early Europe games are always like
They're wonky.
12. Yeah, they're 12-9 or something. Like it's neither team's really adjusted. Nobody's giving it their best. So I wouldn't. If you have other options, I'd consider them. Obviously, you're not benching Jefferson, but he hasn't really had the production this year that, especially in redraft, where you drafted him at.
Let's talk about that though, because Jefferson is someone, depending on your options, maybe you could
bench,
depending on your options, right? Because he hasn't had the production, and we're in week 4 now, so it's like it's week to week, right? This isn't an all season benching. Sometimes you got to bench someone for a period of time. I benched Mark Andrews until right when I started him is when he blew up because I knew he started slow. And this doesn't matter. Like Mark Andrews is a starting tight end in fantasy football, but sometimes you just got to bench players that are good until they figure it out.
So let's see. So Jay Jetta, 13, 10, and 10.
Yeah, 13 with
13 points
with JJ.
13 with JJ. He's got 1 touchdown all year.
Yeah,
and then he's got Cleveland next, which Cleveland's defense is.
Yeah, and the other thing is they just might be a running team right now until their quarterback comes back healthy. So it's nothing against JJ. It's like you need the points. You gotta be chasing the touchdowns. You just said it might be like 12-9. So like I'm not saying to bench JJ, right? If you have better options. And when I say a better option is like who would you start, JJ or Amon-Ra?
Amon-Ra.
JJ or Nico Collins?
JJ.
Really? I'm starting Nico Collins easy. If those are my two options. For last receiver.
I mean, I feel like I saw a stat that the Colts kicker has more points than Houston's offense this year.
Nico is their offense though. And I know CJ could still get him the ball, even though he's been booty right now. Okay.
Next up, I got Saints at the Bills. This is one of the biggest. The Bills are minus 1,800. Saints plus 900. I can't say take the Saints here in Buffalo. They're a dome team with really no identity at all going into Buffalo.
Yeah, this is a lost season.
James Cook is just balling out, by the way, down there.
I was so wrong about him. He's balling out.
Yeah. No, he's just balling out.
I honestly would trade for him right now.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd have to kind of sell the farm.
I don't know about selling the farm.
But if you own James Cook, what would you?
I mean, probably a first, but
1 first.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think 1 first gets it done.
Maybe not.
On the Saints, anybody worth mentioning? I mean, Juwan Johnson, he's up there with some top wide receivers in terms of reception. Dude's getting a ton of volume. How's Shaheed been doing?
He's probably like wide receiver 4 territory right now. If you need a wide receiver 4,
Yeah, it just I
the
don't
ceiling's
see
not the
the
same. Yeah,
I don't think Rattler has the arm to get it to him down the field.
I think he does. I think it's just mental for him right now. I think he just gotta, get more reps. They're starting him for a reason. I think if they thought the other dude they drafted in the second was better, they would have started him from the gate. Like there was nothing Spencer did last year, but he's got the arm, bro. Like he was a 5-star recruit out of high school.
I mean, it's a great quarterback name. He is like Colt McCoy, Gunnar Stockton, Spencer Like it's a great quarterback name. I'm rooting for him, and I hate the Saints. I really hate the Saints. So I'm glad they're in this purgatory of like wasted cap space and just like is Chris Olave alive? Is he still like is he doing anything?
Dog, he's a jag right now. I hate to say it. There was a point in time where people valued him more than Garrett Wilson, and have times changed. And I always was like,
Right.
that's cap.
Should have sold. Should have sold. Yeah. Whew, rough. Yeah, I think the Bills take this one easy. I don't think they're gonna have to do much. This has blowout all over. All over. All right. Chargers going into New York. New York Giants making a switch at quarterback. Jackson Dart versus Justin Herbert in the Big Apple. Giants are plus 260.
Plus 260?
Yeah, which is actually I thought they'd be higher.
You thought they'd be higher?
Yeah, I mean, if the Saints are plus 900, I thought the Giants would be at least plus 400 going against the Chargers. Chargers look like Super Bowl contenders.
Everybody's any given Sunday.
Well, yeah, I know, but from a Vegas standpoint, I know you're a Giants fan.
So let me be a fan, bro. We're not that
Yeah,
bad.
be a fan. Be a fan. Are you taking the Giants at plus 260?
No, not at all.
No. Right.
I mean, Russ wasn't like playing like absolute ass to get benched like that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was.
So no. Bro, he had a career game the game before last against the Cowboys and almost won, and they lost in overtime.
Right. But I
couldn't get a stop.
I think that speaks about how bad the Cowboys defense is.
Regardless, this guy is borderline Hall of Fame. He had a career game, his best game. So clearly there's still some ability there. But in the game that he had his best game, his coach yanked him twice. And then did it in the game after that.
We talked about that.
Yeah, extremely disrespectful. So,
but then the following game against Kansas City,
he pulled him again, and put him back in.
He threw it into the field goal on fourth down. Like he was just
bro. Talk about mental stuff and all the pressure with Russell Wilson. Or with Marvin Harrison? Can you imagine the pressure? Yes, Russell Wilson is a grown ass man, 36. But bro, imagine like the pressure of like getting benched and a first round pick is right behind you. Like that's not the leash was way too short.
Right, but like he went into Denver and the pressure. He wasn't the dude for the Broncos.
That wasn't pressure. That year he was just ass. All right, so let's just keep it a buck.
So he's been ass. I think he's done, man. Russ is done.
He very well could be done because nobody wants to give him an opportunity, but I don't think the Giants handled it the best. Like I would have done the same thing if I was Dable, right? Because I'd be concerned about my job, but was that the best thing for Russell Wilson? I don't think so. I don't think they did him any favors, right? So two things could be true, where like Dable doesn't want to get fired without playing his guy, like we talked about in the last show. But
Dable should be fired regardless.
I meant immediately more so than at the end of the year. He's not going to get fired if he makes the playoffs somehow.
There's no way that playoffs.
I said somehow.
Playoffs. What's up with why does Jackson Dart wear a turtleneck?
Doc, don't ask me. I hate to say it. I thought we were going to get Shedeur Sanders, who is a third string quarterback now, and I was disappointed we didn't get him at the time, and I'll find out on Sunday how wrong I was. We'll see, because they traded up for Jackson.
I don't think you're that. Jackson Dart is not a like, he wasn't a proven. He played at Ole Miss, right? He's an Ole Miss guy. Like he wasn't spectacular in college.
Here's the thing: we'll see. They haven't drafted a quarterback, right? So
who hasn't?
The Giants. This regime.
Well, they drafted a dude. Daniel Jones.
That was a different regime. That was
DJ.
He looks
pretty good though.
Yeah, I don't know who that says worse about because he made the playoffs with Dable, so like Dable clearly got something out of him as well. And then they paid him.
It seems like Daniel Jones made the playoffs with it. Like Dable seems to be the problem. You know how I feel about Dable.
Yeah, and I don't feel great about him either. But what I'm about to say is, we'll find out if they are any better at like evaluating talent than like we'll say even like an average fan, meaning that like
They're not.
well, we'll see. Jackson Dart will tell us all we need to know. Now I know Cam Scalaboo was a hit. Malik Neighbors was a hit. Kayvon Thibodeau was a miss. Andrew Thomas they inherited, who's our best lineman.
I would say the jury's still out on Thibodeau.
For where they drafted him top 5, I think that's a miss.
Well, yeah.
Evan Neal
Andrew Thomas.
But Andrew Thomas was a different regime. The same regime that drafted Saquon, drafted Andrew Thomas, and drafted Dexter Lawrence, Dexy, drafted like some really, 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 really good players. Saquon, Daniel Jones, obviously. This regime, I'd say the hits are Malik Neighbors for sure. It looks generational right now. And then, I mean, we'll see. Because like I said, yeah, Evan Neal was a bust. Kayvon Thibodeau was like, all right.
I've said even a blind squirrel finds a nut. So it's like.
But you have some organizations like San Francisco that hit everywhere except for Trey Lance, which that was like such a weird move.
All right. So as a Giants fan, if you just see positive development out of the Dart, I think that will be good.
As a fan, but I'm thinking about this as a business owner. They're going to fire Dable if they don't at least get to 500, even with Dart. Clock's ticking.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a business owner, I would have fired Dable 2 years ago, but
then it's like, it's not going to be good for Dart, right? He needs to learn a new system.
It might be though, because this he's an asshole. I don't think he can develop a quarterback. I don't think he can. Like, look how much better Daniel Jones looks outside of that system.
So good.
It's indicative on Dable. And I told you, we talked about it on the last podcast, like about Dable just like berating Colt McCoy and like, you know, like, I wish we didn't draft you and like talking all this shit. Like, that's not how you develop players. But anyways, hopefully he's out of a job soon.
I think he's trying to be like Bill Parcells or something. Like, kids don't respond to that shit anymore,
but
bro.
He's not. All right. I think the Chargers come in and lay the wood. Yeah, I'm firing up all the receivers from the Chargers. Omarion Hampton, Justin Herbert, fire them up. The only guys I'm playing from the Giants would be Scatterboo and Neighbors.
I'd play Wandell too.
That's fair. All right. Washington Commanders coming into Atlanta. This is a toss-up. Both teams, Commanders are minus 115, Falcons are minus 105, which I think is disrespectful to the Commanders because the Falcons have looked like trash since Monday night game.
Commanders should be favored.
Vikings. Commanders, yeah, absolutely. If anything, like, even though they're minus 115, that's not a bad bet.
No, it's not.
On the Commanders.
That's actually a smart money bet to do. That's a mistake by Vegas.
I agree. I think they're discounting Mariota way too heavily.
And it's not even like he's a great player. It's just that he can run. What they asked Jaden Daniels to do, Marcus Mariota can do it at the same level 70% of the time. That's good enough to win you a game because that's how good Jaden Daniels is. They can both run the system. Right.
But I talked about this last podcast about being dialed into the Jameis Mariota debate because the Bucs had the first pick and we went with Jameis. But Mariota's strength was always his mental ability. Like he made way smarter decisions with the football than Jameis. Yeah. He might have not had the arm talent that Jameis did coming out of FSU, but he also he's always run the ball better and he knows when to throw it. Like he's smarter about the game. So if you can go in and run that offense at 70%, I still think that's enough to beat the Atlanta Falcons, who just had a 30 burger dropped on them by the Carolina Panthers. And they're looking rather rudderless on offense. And Commanders have a pretty good run D. So they're going to be stacking the box. The game plan now is let Michael Penix try to beat you, and most teams don't think he can.
He's regressed, unfortunately. The things that concerned you in college are concerning now, and some people called him Tua-ish because of physical limitations that I thought were overstated at the time. I now kind of see them because he throws, because I think he thinks his arm is stronger than it is. I'm not saying it's not strong, right? But it's not weak, is what I would say. But because I don't know if it's because he's left-handed, but I've seen some replays where he's like throwing across his body, like on the other side of the field.
He's got a big windup.
Yeah,
he's got a big old
windup too, and it just
But
yeah.
DBs can telegraph, like people can telegraph that. He does not have a compact throwing motion. I wouldn't say he is decisive with his reads. I got the Commanders here. I think if you're in a tight spot, Luke McCaffrey might be a nice little play. If you need a quarterback in redraft, Mariota's a nice little play. Deebo Samuel's gonna be a nice play. I mean, for the Falcons, I think you gotta start Bijan. There's no one else really on that. I wouldn't even start Drake London at this point.
Yeah, they got to get it together. I if you need a tight end, I probably would start Pitts.
Yeah,
he's looked better than he has probably the past 2 years. So,
well, and if you have Pitts in Dynasty, you're waiting for a breakout. It's not coming. I don't think it's coming. Like, the guy's got all the tools and everything.
I'd wait him out. He could be like Jonnu Smith.
I mean, he's still, what is he? He's like 20, 25?
24.
Like, he's still young.
Still hell young.
Yeah, he came out at 21. He's a guy that could go to another team and be, like Johnny Smith. Like, he'd go to, I think it's the Falcons as an organization that are holding him down more than it is a lack of talent. But yeah, I see the Commanders taking this one down in Atlanta. Falcons don't look good. All right, speaking of the Bucks, I got them up next. Philadelphia Eagles, 3-0, coming down to Raymond James to face the Buccaneers at 3-0. Bucks are plus 165. You know that's one of my upsets on the week. I'm taking the Bucks at plus 165. Historically, if you look at the tape, we've owned the Eagles. We've owned them. We got their number. I don't know. We just match up really well against this team because we're dominant against the run.
I like the Bucks.
It's not going to be pretty. I'm not going to say we're going to blow them out, but this team is finding ways to win games.
I think it's going to be high scoring.
Yeah, I mean, what's high scoring for you?
Like Philly's just got their kind of passing attack together. The Bucks have an offense that can kind of go blow for blow. Yeah, I mean, it woke up from like 0. Right?
AJ Brown had a nice game last week.
So did Devontae.
Yeah, they kind of bounced back a little.
Scored. So I don't know, like 30-27, something like that.
That sounds about right. I would say I'm saying like 23-20 Bucks. I don't see that many touchdowns. The other thing you gotta account for, even Baker talked about it, because they came to Tampa a day earlier to try to get acclimated to the heat. And I talked about this last episode. It's the humidity too, because there's so much moisture in the air. Your sweat gets evaporated. Like, you can't cool down. Like, it's different. People are saying, it was like 90 degrees in Kansas City. And in fact, 90 degrees in Kansas City is different than 95 in Florida. So we'll see what kind of condition. They're a well-conditioned team. It's going to be a battle. But I'm taking the Bucks here. Chris Godwin should be coming back. Tristan Wirfs should be coming back. Bucks getting a little healthier. Obviously, we're going to be without Mike Evans. Fire up your Emeka and Buka if you got him. And Buka if you got him. I think Cade Otton should pick up some work in the passing game. We'll see. I'll wait and see what Chris Godwin, how he looks coming back from the injury. I wouldn't roll him out right away. Jalen Hurts, obviously, you're starting him. Barkley, you're starting him. But I think his points will be from touchdown or passing game because we shut down the run. Anybody else in there you want to talk about?
No. I was going to say, I like the Bucks. I think I watched the last game against the Jets, there's a mic up for Baker, and I was
Yeah.
just kind of able to kind of just see where his head's at. Super confident, super proud of like his kind of journey he's taken. He might be like top 6 right now. Top 6, top 7 for sure. Like he's up there. Like he just knows knows where to go with the ball, honestly.
It's perfect fit.
Yeah.
Like Tampa's the perfect fit for him.
He's so consistent. It's kind of hard to like, this is year 3 of him doing it. Like he's like due for a massive raise. Like he's like the opposite of what like Trevor Lawrence has been, you know?
Right. But again, like it's all about the circumstance too. You know, this is somebody, the Bucks got him at dirt cheap. You know, Carolina cut him. Think about that. Carolina had Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, who are now balling out for their teams, and they didn't know how to use them. They had both of those quarterbacks, and now those guys are both having success with other organizations. So, I mean, Baker's a perfect fit. Like Cleveland probably should have never gotten rid of him, but he's come down here. Our organization, everybody loves him in the building. You know, there's no, you know, Cleveland's like, we need an adult in the room, and then they went and signed Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
But we're letting Baker bake. We're letting him talk shit. Like go talk shit. Go talk shit. Go run your mouth. Like we love it. He's scrappy as fuck.
All right, we love Baker, but you can talk about the Bucks all day.
Let's go. Browns going into Detroit. Browns plus 400. I'm not willing to take the Browns here. No. I mean, their defense is nasty. The Lions has shown us who they are the last 2 weeks. I don't think
they got a great team.
Yeah, I don't think David Montgomery is gonna have the game he had last week. But I think Gibbs the running game will. Gibbs could, yeah, maybe off of screens and short passes. I think Myles Garrett and that D line is legit, but with St. Brown and JMO and Tesla and Laporta, like they can beat you any way they want to, and I think they're going to.
Yeah, they're nasty on offense.
I mean, I love I've done a 360 on Quinshawn Judikins, but if I got options at running back, I'm not playing him against Detroit.
I mean, I think he's automatic start right now.
Yeah,
like matchup proof.
Okay, the game script here is going to be not advantageous to the running game, but also he might be their best player, so they might just hand him the ball.
He might actually be their best player.
I mean, besides on offense.
Yeah, on offense, yes.
Because Myles Garrett is their best player.
No question.
I need to respect Myles Garrett more.
Yes.
Yeah. And Harold Fannin is one of our dudes, one of our guys, but I wouldn't roll him out against Detroit. No. All right. Carolina Panthers going into Foxborough, take on the Patriots. Panthers are plus 190. So this is where the injury, because initially I had this one kind of circled based on Carolina beating Atlanta 30-0. If Tet is injured and Chuba's injured, I don't know if they're gonna have the firepower. And it looks like your guy Travion Henderson's taking the, you know, even though Mike Vrabel is doing the coach speak, I think he's taking the first snaps at practice. We're ready for a Travion Henderson breakout game. This might be it.
I hope so. He has the ability and he has the opportunity right now to do so.
Yeah. Keyshawn Boutte started hot, hasn't done much lately. I could see him having a good game against the Panthers. Stephon Gibbs is kind of an afterthought at this point. Hunter Henry blew up a little, but he'll have games like that. I wouldn't chase points there. But yeah, Drake May, you start him against the Panthers, especially in 2 QB.
Superflex, 2 QB. Drake May is automatic start right now. You got to have a crazy QB room. He's an automatic start.
Automatic.
So is Caleb Williams right now.
Oh, for sure. Titans.
Well,
Titans going into Houston. So I got this one as a chef sauce upset. I'm taking the Titans at plus 300. I thought Houston was going to win against the Jags. Houston, something's wrong.
3?
I believe so, yes. Something's wrong with Houston. something is rotten in the state of Denmark. Yeah, they're both on 3. I don't have a lot of faith in the Titans. Something's wrong with the Texans. I don't know what it is, but I can see Cam Ward coming in and stealing one.
There's something wrong. It's CJ. He hasn't adjusted yet. You got to adjust. They get tape on you. You got to adjust. You got to hit him with a counter.
Yeah. But I mean, the coaching staff has to adjust too. Offensive coordinator's not doing them any favor. You know, Joe Mixon went down. Everybody pretty much knew it was going to be potentially season, and they roll out, you know, the corpse of Nick Chubb. Which, no offense, you got Nico Collins. Who else you got? You got Higgins, who they drafted, who I was kind of high on. Hasn't really delivered the way I thought he would. And like I said, the Colts kicker has outscored their entire offense. I'm not saying the Titans are good. Right now, if I'm starting a franchise, I'd take Cam Ward over CJ Stroud.
I wouldn't go that far.
Yep.
Not yet. But that's not a hot take. I'm surprised the Texans are that favorite. I thought they were both 0-3. But I don't really care about this game that much, except for Nico Collins.
What's going on with the Titans running back situation? Tony Pollard's still the guy, yeah.
Yeah, and then
is Tajay Spears coming back anytime soon?
He's on IR still, but he'll be back. But he needs to step up when he comes back. Like, looks so promising his rookie year.
Yeah, and shout out to my guy. I gotta mention him every podcast at this point. AO for Mayo, Elic AMIR. Keep grinding. All right, let's move on to Levi Stadium in the San Francisco Bay. Jaguars are coming to town. Jaguars, Niners. Jags are plus 155.
That's about right.
Brock Purdy should be back for this game.
Even if he's not, the coaching discrepancy is too wide. San Fran.
Well, if anything, I would think the Jaguars would be more like plus 300.
Exactly. Yeah.
That seems a little low. 49ers at only minus 185. I might take that. I think the 49ers are going to kick the shit out of them.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about the Jags. We both don't think Trevor Lawrence is that dude. Correct? I don't think that coaching staff is utilizing Travis Hunter to his potential.
They're bringing him along slow, which honestly might not be the worst route to take. He's learning 2 jobs. Everyone else is learning 1. So you can't give him everything at once.
Right.
He's going to need twice the ramping period.
There's a reason nobody's really done this at the pro level, but I think they need some juice out. Like, he's shown, like, they played the Texans last week, correct? And they beat them. And he shut down Christian Kirk. He can play cornerback.
Yeah.
But you guys need a spark at offense.
Oh, so you're saying you've seen enough on defense, play him at receiver for the reps?
I'm saying they need a spark on offense, and Brian Thomas Jr. is now allergic to catching. Definitely sophomore slump for him. They should be featuring, like, find plays to get the ball in his hands on offense. Like, even if it's screens, like out of the backfield, reverse, like, get that man the ball. You traded these picks, like, get him the ball.
Who are you taking right now? BTJ or Marv?
Marvin Harrison? Marvin Harrison, 100%.
Yeah, today I am too. I don't think I was maybe like 3 months ago, but I'm like, Marv.
No.
Marv looks like he's gone through the bad rough time and now is out. BTJ is still lost in the sauce there, and you know, Kyler is a better quarterback than Trevor Lawrence.
And unfortunately, when you go through bad times in Jacksonville, they continue
to accumulate.
It's like you don't get out of there. Who is that dude? Remember Justin Blackman, who was drafted by the Jaguars? I think he was out of LSU too. Like, stud wide receiver. Just like his career never fucking recovered. Yeah, I'm surprised at those odds. I think especially with Brock Purdy coming back, 49ers are going to kick their ass. Christian McCaffrey is catching a shit ton of footballs. So he might not be scoring the way you're used to, or he might not be putting up the rushing numbers, but he's he's putting up like wide receiver 1 numbers in the passing game. So knock on wood, praise the fantasy football gods. Let's keep CMC healthy this year. Okay, here we go. 3-0 Colts, 2-1 Rams in SoFi in Los Angeles. The Colts are actually plus 155. So this is Sauce's 4th money line upset. I'm taking the Colts at plus 155.
Yeah, I'll take the Colts too. I'd put money on that.
They look dangerous. You said the Chargers were your Super Bowl choice. It's like, obviously I'm going with my team right now because we're 3-0, but Colts look fucking good.
Wait, so you like them to get to the Super Bowl over the Chargers?
I would love to see that AFC champion. I would love the Bills and KC and even Baltimore to get knocked the fuck out. I'd like to see a little changing of the guard in the AFC. Yeah, it's been Kansas City, Baltimore, Bills for too long. But Jonathan Taylor is absolutely balling out. Daniel Jones is absolutely balling out. You know, Michael Pittman, Tyler Warren, they got a pretty good defense still. They got a good O-line too. And that's the thing. It's like, how many teams have a good offensive line?
Detroit, Philly.
The ones that win,
Colts, yeah. Baltimore.
Yeah, there seems to be a talent deficiency on the offensive line in the NFL. So, you know, the Rams, tough loss to the Eagles last week. They got 2 kicks blocked. You know, they hung in the game. I can see them winning this game. There's a mojo around the Colts right now that is just, there's an aura. There's an aura around Indianapolis Jones over there. And just Miss Ursi on the sidelines, just killing it. They're killing it. So until they prove me wrong, and especially if you're going to get plus 155 on the Colts, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts too.
All right. Chicago Bears going into Las Vegas.
Chicago's going to...
This is a coin flip. No. I think so. I agree with you.
What's the money line?
They're both minus 110. It's a coin flip. I think is stupid.
Yeah, I got Chicago. I think Chicago is going to put a lot of points up again. I think Caleb is confident.
Yeah, I think I agree. I think this is, you know, obviously that was a last week was a get right game for Caleb. I think he builds momentum against a really overhyped Raiders team that I don't know what their identity is. I don't know what their identity is. But I think Ben Johnson and the Bears have more than enough. Like, obviously, like, quarterback comparison, Geno Smith for Caleb Williams, like, that's a no-brainer. It's like Caleb's not going to back somebody up for 10 years and then Caleb's going to be a starter in this league for a long time. Talking about offensive line, Raiders have a garbage offensive line. Ashton Genty can't get to the fucking line of scrimmage. Yeah, I just don't. Raiders don't have a lot of juice. I think the Bears are going to come in there, get another win, get some momentum, and keep this rolling. All right. So I got 2 1-3 teams for you. 1 and 3. Ravens, Chiefs.
Ravens.
Both 1-3. That's pretty ridiculous.
I got the Ravens because the Ravens have looked great. They've just collapsed and are turnover prone. The Chiefs look bad.
It's in Arrowhead, though. Does that matter?
I know I was talking all that. I don't think it, and I honestly, I don't think it matters that much anymore. It's not the same team. Travis Kelce looks old. Travis Kelce looks so old. Travis
Kelce looked old last year. He looks like
great trade for you now in hindsight, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
He ages very quickly.
Right.
Like Zach Ertz looks better than him right now.
He does. But I also think Zach Ertz doesn't have all the other baggy, like, it's like, I know who Zach Ertz is married to, and she's a professional athlete for the U.S. women's team.
Would you trade Zach Ertz for Kelce right now, straight up?
If I was receiving Kelce?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
What are you running? Like, what are you yelling at your I'm the problem, it's me. That's Travis Kelce.
That is ridiculous, dude. Like,
Just go podcast with your brother, bro. Like, go be an actor.
Good for Andy for not putting up with that.
Yeah, good for Andy, but like also like that's kind of been Andy Reid's thing. It's like when it works, it's great, and when it doesn't, it gets ugly, and that's why he got out of Philadelphia. They need the Colts. The Chiefs need a reset, and part of that reset is hoping Travis just fucking retires.
No, I don't think they need a reset. I think because they have Worthy coming back, they have Rice coming back in week 7. I want to see what they look like week 7, week 8, middle part of the season with like all their players. Isaiah Pacheco, getting back healthy.
Pacheco has
I don't know.
He's not looked great. I don't think he's that guy, dude.
Hey.
Laughing at me, but like
I have him in a couple of leagues.
I know. No, he doesn't look like that dude.
No, he does not.
But also, like, they insist on keeping Kareem Hunt out there. But I think they understand that Kareem Hunt on 3rd and 1 can go get you 2 yards. But there's no explosion from the running game. You're not seeing the explosion from the pass game.
Hear me out though. What I'm saying is that when those two pass catchers come back, and Worthy and Rice, that will open up the run game because they'll just have better players. And Thornton will be a great wide receiver 3. He's proven that he can be a great wide receiver 3, right? So then Kelsey is less of a problem, and it's going to open up the passing or the running as well. Kelsey, like I would identify the tight end as an area of need in next year's draft if I'm the Chiefs, and then keep it pushing. I think they got. I wouldn't like fire Andy Reid. Absolutely not even close. Like
I'm not saying no, I'm not saying fire Andy Reid. I'm saying they need to Patrick Mahomes is still in his prime. I just think they need to kind of reshape their offense around him and what that looks like. They need to adjust on the running game. And I mean, for dynasty purposes, I think Rashad Smith might be a good stash. I've fallen for undrafted 7th round guys for the Chiefs before, but there's no juice out of Pacheco or Hunt, but that could be kind of on their offensive line. I think the Ravens are a much better team than their record suggests, and I think the Ravens go and prove it.
I got the Ravens.
I just really hope that Derek hangs on to the football for the whole game.
If he fumbles in this game, they need to bring Keaton Mitchell up.
That could be right. Yeah, if he fumbles in this game, we got a problem. But yeah, I'm firing up my Ravens. I'd fire up Xavier Worthy for the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, and that's about it. Okay, love this one. In Dallas, Packers, Cowboys. Packers got exposed a little bit. Lost to the Browns.
Packers, not even close.
Yeah, I think they're going to bounce back.
Mike is going to go berserk. Are you kidding me?
Mike is going to go insane. The Cowboys defense they can't stop anybody.
Jordan Love's going to have a field day. Must start.
You know who I think is a good start for the Packers? Golden. He hasn't done a lot, but he's just barely missed. I see Golden, especially with Jaden Reed and, Christian Watkins out.
Yeah, I'd say Wicks is also maybe a sneaky flex too. Like, there's gonna be a lot of points scored here. If it doesn't all funnel to Tucker Kraft, like those 2 wide receivers are gonna get the majority.
Yeah, Tucker Kraft's coming back from injury. He's gonna be good to go. Cowboys passing game probably going through Ferguson
and Pickens.
If you have Pickens, you got to start him. CD's out, you got to start him. But for me, I kind of would rather start Pickens with CD on the field because they're going to be doubling Pickens. I think Kevontae Turpin is playing mad though. Like that dude's a firecracker. Javonte Williams is, he's only on a 1-year deal with Dallas. He's trying to get paid, and he's running like it. And I don't think Jerry Jones is going to pay him because you know how Jerry Jones does. Yeah, Cowboys plus 270. I'm not taking that. I think Micah Parsons makes that whole organization eat mud.
He'll be motivated. It's going to be their return game. Typically,
and the Packers are going to get right after losing a sloppy one against the Browns. All right, we got the Jets against the Miami Dolphins.
There's 2 Monday night games this week, I think.
Why are they? I hate that they do this.
Yeah.
Like, figure your shit out. Okay.
Because the Chargers, I think, are Monday too.
I'm gonna love watching the Cowboys lose in primetime. That's gonna be great. I hope Micah eats.
Oh, Micah in primetime? Yeah.
I hope he sacks Jerry Jones somehow. He just busts into the booth.
But Miami Jets also in primetime. I think Aaron Glenn gets his first one. I'm
I
taking the
would
Jets.
hope so.
I'm taking the Jets.
Because if the Jets don't win this one, they might be in trouble.
Yeah, honestly.
I already know the Dolphins are in trouble. Did you see? So Tua, there was a press conference and Tua got a question. Cam Newton gave a critique and Tua's like, well, I'd like to see him, play quarterback in this league. It's Cam Newton, bro. He played quarterback in this league. Like, what?
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Know your football history, sir.
Right. Yeah. I think I've said this on this podcast. I don't know if he knows what day it is, but
Oof.
It's
holding on to Zach Wilson a little longer.
Keep Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Jets showed me something at the game last week against the Bucs. I think they got a shot. They're plus 130. I'll take them as a sauce chef upset. It's like, really? You got the Dolphins? Dolphins stink. Dolphins don't have Garrett Wilson. Justin Fields is going to be back.
The Dolphins don't have a defense.
Dolphins barely have a football team. The Miami Hurricanes would have a better shot against the Jets than the Dolphins.
I don't know about all that, but
I'm taking Jets at plus 130. I'll take them. Put them on the board. All right. So a second Monday night game, and this is my last upset of the week because it's the last game of the week. Bengals at the Broncos in Mile High. Bengals are plus 360. Are you kidding me?
That is a bit excessive, but I'm still taking the Broncos.
Why?
The defense. Jake Browning didn't look good last week, and going against a better defense.
Their defense is good. Bo Nix, though, I got some concern about Bo Nix.
You should, but I think their running game is going to get right this game. I mean, Dobbins has looked great. They haven't even used RJ Harvey yet, so at some point he's going to get unlocked.
What, 360 for the Bengals?
Yeah, I said it's excessive. I would say maybe plus 150.
I'm saying that's good value because Cincinnati's 2-1, Denver's 1-2. Like, I mean, the Broncos have regressed.
I still like them though.
In my opinion,
I still would favor them, but not by that much.
I put this up on our website. I said Chase Brown was a good buy low opportunity. What do you think about that?
I was never very high on him to begin with, so if you need a running back, sure, but for what you'd have to part with to get him, I would rather go get a different running back. I'd rather go get Kyron
Williams.
I think it would take around the same capital to go get a player like that. I'd rather go get James Cook.
I don't think James Cook is obtainable.
Oh, I think he is.
I mean, the dude's averaging like fucking 12 yards. Like, he's killing it right now. But I mean, in terms of a buy low,
Saquon's a buy low.
Yeah, Saquon's not a true buy low right now, though.
He's getting there.
He's still Barkley.
He's getting there. He's that.
But again, Chase Brown, not high round draft, comes out of Illinois. He's a 5th, 6th round pick.
Okay. I think their offense is going to be dookie because Joe Burrow's out. So I just don't see the same amount of scoring opportunities. There's going to be more stacked boxes. He's already shown that he's been less effective through three games. That if you're in Dynasty, sure, maybe for next year when Joe comes back, but if it's for a move for this year and you're competing, I'd rather add and go get another player James Cook or Kyron. He's too good that you have to pay up. It's just pay a little bit more and go get someone that's gonna help you win now and in the future. That's what
you and I both know that it takes 2 to trade.
Yeah.
So while we can speak hypothetically, if I have James Cook and he's scoring 20 points a week for me, I'm not going to trade him for any, I'm not trading him If you sent me an offer for Christian McCaffrey right now, I'm turning it down. I don't care what it is. I'm probably turning it down. But if I'm a Chase Brown manager and this dude's actively losing me games and you can get him for, I'm just saying his value, like the stock market, don't catch a falling knife. He's a falling knife right now.
So do you want to catch him?
You know, I'm a chef. Try to grab him. I'm just saying, like, it could be a nice value play. It could
Absolutely.
also blow up. But I'm sure the Chase Brown manager is ready to move off him. I know I have him in one league, and I turned down Travis Etienne for him straight up week 2.
Horrible.
Yeah, week 2. And
Okay. So he really is buy low. Dang.
I'd smash that right now. You could send me Tootin for Brown right now, and I'd hit it.
I'm taking Tootin all day. All day.
Right. So there you go.
Tootin, Cam Scatterboo, Chase Brown is not getting you that right now. Not for me.
Yeah. But again, like I said, with running backs, look at the draft capital. Because teams will move. He's a 5th, 6th round pick out of Illinois. They will move if they need a running back, and they'll just go draft one in the 3rd next year. Like, running backs are so replaceable in this league. So
most are, not all.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, I don't see him being. If you do see him being that guy, now's a good time to go buy low. If you don't, let him play for somebody else. Anybody on the Broncos you want to talk about? I know you. RJ Harvey's your dude.
RJ Harvey actually is a good buy low, I would say.
Yeah. If you drafted him, you're probably not looking to move him right now. Bo Nix might be a buy low if you believe in him in Superflex. You might be able to get Bo Nix from a manager because he hasn't really done much this year. But we'll see. Sophomore slump.
Yeah, I would say wait till week 4 before making like a major change. You just don't know. It's like week 4 is basically like the quarter of the fantasy football season.
Right.
So if you're making the playoffs, so. And
now we have some actual data. It's not like, but I think Bo Nix could be a good buy at quarterback. I don't think he's gonna stay this bad for this long. Nobody really else. Troy Franklin, Sean Payton doesn't really use tight ends. I don't really care about Evan Ingram. That's a smoke screen. That's a nothing burger. All right. You got anything else you want to talk about this week?
International game is going to be interesting. I'm going to try to wake up to see that. But probably not because that's like 6:30 my time.
Yeah, 6:30 Pacific time. That's rough.
Yeah. So
I'll try to get up for that. I just want to see Aaron Rodgers slam a couple pints in Dublin. Yeah, no, for our guys on YouTube, plus 120 for the Steelers, plus 165 on the Bucks. We're taking the Colts at plus 155. We're taking the Jets at plus 130. What do you think? We taking the Bengals at plus 360 or not?
I'm not.
You're out on the Bengals.
No, not to see Browning do it.
What about the tight end?
I would. That's. I would take that.
You'd rather? Well, better odds. No,
I just see. I mean,
I think Cam Ward's gonna win one.
Get a W at some point. Why not against a team that's bad?
Yep. It'd be funny if Cam Ward grabbed CJ's jersey.
It would.
All right, dog. I think that's a wrap.
All right, brother. Peace.
You have a good night.
You as
and
well.
We'll talk some college ball. We'll talk some reactions next week.
Sounds
good luck this week.
You as well.
Be safe, and we'll talk soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
The world's most dangerous fantasy football podcast.
Chef and the professor. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Let's have a drink and let's talk through it. Disputed. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Let's have a drink and let's talk through it. Hey. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. Highly disputed. casino.